How we doing? Welcome. I have fun project today that we're gonna work together. Welcome to all of you. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get myself situated. So, anybody know what this is? So this is Abubu Doll. No, it's called Abubu. Um, who know the history of Abubu? I'm not sure where the Abubu originated. I have to do research on it, but I should have done the research before I come in here. But this is Abubu, and then they are fragrant called Fufu. And today I'm gonna try to crochet this Abubu. Okay, I don't have pattern for it yet. I want to create the pattern together with you. So we're gonna have a boo time, fun time. I'm probably gonna make it a bigger size than this, maybe a doll size. This is like this is where you can hang it on your purse. We have kids just hang this on purse. Even my daughter, who's over 20 years old, she still have a boo boo. She said, "Mom, guess what? I got a boo boo from my friend." I said, "What's a boo boo?" Me, I'm so behind in time, so I don't know what she was talking about. Right? She was talking about this character here. Um, who knows where the boo boo come from? British, British super. Welcome. You know where this boo boo, a boo boo come from? Mhm. So, so I don't have the whole history of a boo boo yet. Okay, maybe I should go find out. Right. So I think it must be from derived from one of those Disney character or one of those animation character. Am I wrong? But I'll get to the boo boo story. But right now, I wanted to to create patterns. I don't know the pattern yet, so I'm trying to explore. I'm looking at the me the physical being of a boo boo because whether look complicated or look fun to do it, that's why got two ears, legs, and arms, just like teddy bear. Save for that, it's going to be a little challenge because Abubu had ears almost like a rabbit, but it's not a rabbit. I don't know what this creature is. It's look pretty. To me, I wouldn't give this to a little kid. It looks scary, but then you know what? It's a hot item. It's a hot item in the market right now. Okay, so I don't know how that worked, but ooh, my stomach is growling because I'm hungry. I I made enchilada yesterday, and I think a few of you were on here also, right? So let's go explore the pattern making a boo boo. Thank you for the heart. So I know my grandkids are watching also, and let me explore this, making a boo boo out of this, and see if it's gonna work. Okay, if it's not work, then we'll call it. We're gonna call it a challenge, and I'm sure that I done something. I done many Disney character before, even animation character before. Um, the caricature of it, okay. But Abubu had such a character, big eyes and a lot of teeth. Yeah. And I think we're gonna break it down to one piece, two, three, four, five, six pieces, seven, 8 pieces, 9 pieces, probably 10, 11, 12 pieces. Yeah. So first of all, we're gonna create this big head here. The head it didn't look square. It looked almost like off square. So it won't be hard to do. I'm just gonna create a little beginning from here. I might do single crochet, okay, to get a real nice pattern out of this. I taught single crochet the other day, so if you were here with me, you know what single crochet is. So the closest color I have came to would be, I got the white color for that. No, actually, this is for the chic. I think the chic is kind of had this little mm, or peach color, maybe, because I'm trying to use off all the yarn I have that I have to go buy extra. Okay, so this is the peach color. It might work well. If it's not, I will use this off peach color here. This is cream. This is it's a cool color. Okay, and this is kind of peachy color. It's gonna be very pretty. I think I'm gonna use it. I don't have to have the original color for the afufu. No, not afufu. Abubu. With the bu abubu. It's gonna be abubu. It's gonna be aviv because we didn't try to create this. Will be like allo allo. And I have this color also, the off yellow. And I'm gonna be using, this is abubu, the abubu color almost. I mean, it. This is like the what do you call this color? This is grayish, and this is darker gray. I think it work well. Give abubu a new. Well, I saw abubu that come in different color called a fufu. You know, but I don't know what original color because I didn't see the animation or the creation, the original creation of a fufu. So therefore, I'm trying to replicate the color. So I don't have soft ashy color here. So I have, what I have here is the which call this darker um, gray. Okay, this is light gray. This is darker gray. So we're gonna create a fufu out of darker gray, which is fine. I mean, it's fine for me. I don't know how the audios, and I hope the audios are good. And uh, I'll be getting interrupt call minute all day. No one want to call me. As soon as I'm busy, people starting to call me and annoying me to death. Okay. So I have this color long time ago. It kind of tangle right now. I didn't have time to untangle it, but let me see the end of this. The end of this is right here. So to do the fufu, because all my yarns are in bigger size, so I might have to double this yarn here to make it even. So to do that, I may have to make another roll out of this big roll here, so that way I can double the yarn to make a fufu a little bit fatter. Um, so I'm separating the yarn from this original. I want to divide some of this yarn from here. Okay. So when I double it, it's going to be that big right there, because this is it's not fine thread, but it's pretty small. It's for different type of project, because the rest of the yarn is a little bit bigger. So it is a big difference there. Okay, so I'm going to double this up. Let me put the yarn together first. How are we doing? TikTok. Gonna make a boo boo. You know, it's gonna be a fun project because a boo boo is a fun creature. Let me get a pen. Okay, I thought I had my pen. It probably rolled off somewhere because I needed to make notes also, because this is my new. This is gonna be new patterns that I'm gonna try to create out of this. So I need to write it down so I remember what I'm doing with it. Okay, hold on, please. Let me. I thought I had fetched my pens. I'll be right back, please. Oh, there we go. Abubu. Abubu pattern. Okay. Let me wind up some of this here. It'll be fun making a boo boo. I never make this before. We'll see, okay, if we can. mm. Normally, I don't need a patterns. If something that I see that I like, I would go into it. It can be a little bit frustration, but it's all gonna be fun because making a boo boo should be fun because it's such a fun character. So because the yarn is almost a fine yarns, and I needed a bigger yarn like this one because you see the different. Okay, so that's the reason I need to double up the thread of the yarns. Now that way, a boo boo will look a little bit chubby because he ain't he. That's what we're gonna try to make. I want to make bigger size. Okay, this is like personal size that you take with you on a trip. But you see, but though that's a cute size, so I can stick with that size also. Okay, and a boo boo had big head, so the head is bigger than the body, so that should be fun. Mhm. Making a boo boo. Okay, yeah, this should be a fun a boo boo. So how many of you like a boo boo, and how many grandkids and kids that like a boo boo? And when you take them out to see a movie or show with the animation character, and the kid wants it for the birthday, wanted to have their in possession. Same thing for my granddaughter, the little baby, the one is a year old. She had all kind of a boo boo. She has like a whole of a boo boo. She had the whole collection of a boo boo. And I don't know what is that boo boo girl gonna do with all the boo boo. She can't even keep them. And and then my 7-year-old granddaughter, she had a few a boo boo, and she was telling me, "No, grandma, it's not a boo boo, it's a foo foo." I got confused. Like, what is a foo foo? So she was saying that, grandma, a foo foo is the replica of a boo boo. It's cheaper because the original material, I think, it was a lot expensive. So somebody come up with the grand idea and create the replica of a boo boo. And I'm about to make crochet out of a boo boo. If it's gonna be a foo foo, a moo moo, or woo woo, and we'll see how it come out in soon. Okay, it'll be a little bit. If you have to come back for um for episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, whatever will take us. Okay, so because a foo foo, a boo boo is gonna be in a tight kind of a pattern. So even a single stitch pattern is going to be it's going to be it's going to be tight. Okay, so I'm going to write it down because this is going to be my note because I'm creating patterns. So as you also well know that, okay, this is start with the chain. So I'm going to start with the head here. So I'm going to create the center here, and we're going to work toward creating the big head here. Okay, the head here. So we're going to start in the center here. So I would need about, I'll do about 10 chains. Okay, so there you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got linen flying on my mouth. 6, 7, 8. Because of fufu, the head is small, so I'm going to do 8 chain. Okay, let me write it down. Chain 8. Slip knot. And it's really big, so I might reduce it to 6. Because I do not want gap between here. I want it cover. So see if 6 work. So there we go. We have 8. We're doing the 8. No, not 8. 6 chain. Okay, for the start. So we're gonna do we're gonna try to start from the back of Abubu. Okay. So we're gonna do single stitch. We're gonna do single crochet. I'm gonna do 12 single crochet. Let me try that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, but yet I still have this gap here, so I don't want that gap. So I'm going to reduce it to 4, to 4 chains. 4 chain will give a very nice closure. It won't have gap or have a hole. So say 1, 2, only 4 chains. 4 chain will seal very well. When we add 12 single stitch, we slip knot, and we're going to be doing 12 single stitch. Or 10, 1, 2, oops, get challenged here, 2, 3, we're going to making a boo-boo. Where should I hang this? I need something to hang this Abubu. Anyway, so you got an idea. We're making a Abubu, okay? Wait, what do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I can only make 10 of the single stitch. So now there's no hole here. So we're only going to add 10 stitches. So we have a slip knot on the first stitch that we created. Okay. So with the Abubu, we can do, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 stitches. We're going to go ahead and add to each of the previous stitch. So we're going to do 2 single stitch on each stitch. This is the second row. Okay, so the first row we have first row we have 10 single stitch. Second row we're gonna add 2 stitches to the first row. You enjoy this music. This music is not yet released. They're recording downstairs. Stone Paxton. I don't know what the title of the song is. So because we have previously 10 stitches and we add 2 more to each, so we're going to have about 20 single stitches all around. Mama will be creating from the back of this Abubu. They're adding the keyboard right now into the record. So I may not finish this today because this is pattern that I'm creating. It's going to take a while for me to figure it out also. You know. So here the second row, okay, Abubu. Okay, it's going to be back here, back head of the Abubu here. This is not crochet now. This is like the finished product. It's this fluffy pattern here. But what I'm making if out of here is do the crocheting. So now I'm done with my second rows. Okay, I'm gonna do a slip knot on here, and that will give me. So I'm gonna do third row. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add double of the single stitch and then a single stitch. So in other words, I'm gonna add 1 extra and regular crochet and extra. So meaning that gonna be 2 1 2 1 2 1 through cross here. Just to give it a nice expansion, because we're gonna be expansion. There's a little pattern here. In order to do that, we have to keep adding extra count. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 1 2 1 until we go around it. Okay. I'm gonna start with 2 here. Okay, so you just go through this pattern here, and then 1. The next one is 2, and then 1, 2. So 1 single stitch, 2 single stitch, single, 2, 1 stitch, 2 stitches. Oh, I'm sorry. Single stitch, double stitches, single, double, double, so now you see the effect of it. So it allow this crochet here to expand slowly, okay, into a little circle here. Okay, so that's our third row. So we had a first row, which is the beginning of the foundation here, which I have 4 single chains with a slip knot, and then I started with 10 single stitches, go around it, and then the second row I did the 20, okay, the double of all the single stitches, and then the third row I did 1 count, 2 count, 1 count, 2 count, 2 skip, 2 1 2 1 2 1. So here we still need to expand it also. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to do the 1 stitch 2 stitch technique, so that way it'll give a nice expansion. It's not exaggerating. It's going to give that nice even patterns. Okay, so it's already looking like the back of the head here. It's going to form, because the head is not even round. It's kind of oval-ish. I don't know. I mean, that depends. When I use the fillings, we can stretch this and make it a little oval, I think. All right. So we add the beginning. So I have slip knot. With the slip knot, I'm gonna go ahead and start my 2 single, and double, single, 2 single stitch, 1 single stitch, 2 double stitches. So we're just gonna go around it. Okay, we're gonna do single doubles on, okay, let's say 1 stitch, 2 stitches on single crochet. This is a music studio, so Stone Paxton's and Demetrius Ships are recording their singles downstairs. They adding the keyboard, and I think this record is due to release next week or this week. I think at the end of this week, I believe, by Stone Paxton. So he's working with, well, actually, Demetrius Ships Senior. If you don't know who he is, he's the father of the guy that portrayed in Tupac movie. Remember Tupac guy? The rap that was shot and killed years ago here in Las Vegas. And Demetrius Shipp Jr. portrayed the character for Tupac. Now Tupac, he was a big time rapper, and someone unalived him, and that was sad, you know. So the father of Demetrius Jr., who is Demetrius Senior, is here working with Stone Paxton. I think he's gonna co-produce or help finalize the single that Stone Paxton gonna be due to release sometime this week. Okay, so I'm at the end. Okay, so I'm just telling you what's going on downstairs. They're recording a new single. It had no title yet, so I won't get strike because there's no title yet. It's not released yet. So we're just lucky to 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 have heard this. This song is not released yet. So it's in the process of adding some more strings and stuff like that. So here I go. I have so we're not done yet. So we're gonna have a few more rows before and add up to about here. Okay, so I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna continue to do the one count, two count, one count, two count until we have enough of a boo boo. Okay, head right here. Okay, so the crochet effect is a little bit different than the factory, well, cut and print and creation. You know what I mean? Needlework is always different. You know what I really want to do for my for my for my project? I wanted to crochet Uncle What? Yes, that would be my ultimate big project, because I know how Uncle What looks like, and it'll be fun to crochet uh, Uncle What literally, you know. So all right, so I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth row. So the fifth row will be repeat of the second, third, and fourth rows. Okay, repeat until whatever size that you decide to do. Okay, whether you decided to do a big boo boo, or you want a small size boo boo. And for me, I think if I wanted this same size, and then I would want it to do about 10 rows of this. If I want bigger, then I probably go 12, 13, or even 15 rows of the head, because the boo boo had a big head. Remember, look at that, tummy and the head. So the head is bigger than the whole body. It's exaggeration. So cute. All right, so let's keep working on it, and we do double, single, double, um, two count, one count around on single crochet. Okay. So I'm gonna speed up a little bit so that we can at least get going somewhere. Okay. So you don't mind me? I'm speeding. Let me move over here so I can even. Like I said, this is Music Studio, Stone Paxton and Demetrius Ships recording Stone Paxton single. It due to release sometime this week. It's such a pretty song. I love the lyric, and he wrote the song and the music. He record his own. So Stone Paxton, he's an artist, producer, and writer and singer. So he does all that. That's the wonderful thing about him. He does all that. I mean, but he also added, always involve other people into his production. Like here, he allowed the mentorship to come in and help co-produce. It's a pretty song. I'm not cooking today. Yesterday, I was making enchilada, chicken enchilada. It was so good. I didn't get to eat it last night, so this morning I was able to have sample. It was pretty good. So here we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 6 rows. The 6 rows is going to be the same thing. We're going to do the 1 count, 2 count, 1 count, 2 count all around, just to get the expansions of of the head of the Abubu. Remember, you do Abubu. This will be the cute part right here, all the white teeth. That would be challenge to do the white teeth. I think he's overbite. Like so I have a dog. Um okay. So April, she's underbite circle. Yeah, he's like that. And then Toto, he's a schnauzer. He's overbite. He go, so it's so cute. It looks like that. It's not funny, but it's so cute. Underbite and overbite teeth. So cute. If you have not already, check on Stone Paxson Productions. He had a whole bunch of record out on Spotify, YouTube. What else? Major music streaming, Spotify, and what else? Apple Music, and I don't remember what else, but but all his productions is on major platform. He also has his own distribution um, component under brand artist coalitions, and if you look for a place to distribute your music, your song, your videos, whatever it is, just go to brand artist coalitions and you'll be able to load up all your song and distribute it around the world for a very minimal amount. Okay. So you will see that I'm um, part of that, what do you call it, institution also. What I do, in in my world, in my responsibility, my duty is to bring in the Southeast Asian or the Asian um, repertoires and artists, and we produce one of the first Cambodian who is paraplegic. He's on the wheelchair, so he came out here and Stone put remake one of the song um, for him, and he did really good, and it was charted #1 in France and number 53 in US. And then he didn't come back to finish the rest of the song. He was going to do 4 songs. I don't think his health is too well. And we produced on Paimani Ims on Pick Day Snai, one of the very beautiful song. Okay. So because I see that it started to expand it too much. So you start seeing that it's folding, so creasing. So I'm gonna go ahead next round. I'm gonna just do single one on one one stitch on each, okay, because I wanted it to turn out nicely, evenly. So maybe in the future I will learn how to produce music, and he wanted to teach me how to produce. Thus far, I have been focusing on my cooking channels and learning how to do editing. So I'm familiar with the editing program. So now I can do, I don't know about doing the movie, but thus far I'm able to do video editing, which is some of the things that similar to the movie production editing. So I'm not quite there yet, but for the basic editing and that I do for my cooking show, that I can do. So there's no issue with that. So let me see. We're reaching the starting point here. So I see that I had expanded pretty good. So the next round, I'm just gonna do one count single stitch. Okay. So yeah, this is the head of the Abubu. So right, excuse me. So this is a roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7. Number 7, roll 7. We're gonna do repeat 4, 5, 6, and row number 7. We're gonna do single, one on single, one on single stitch. You're not gonna do 1, 2, 1, 2 stitches. Because we have expand quite enough at this point. So start seeing that there's extra space already. So I'm just gonna do single stitch all around just to even it up. Okay. The tricky part about crocheting something in a circle is that if you don't expand it, it's gonna build up. It's gonna ball up, and the tricky part to that. When I make hat or beanie, so I will make the foundation just enough to cover the head, and then from then I stop expanding it. It's gonna be just the same count all around until I finish the hat. I'm just doing one single stitch on the single all around. Because this little boo boo here, he quite a character. He has 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 ears, and 2 eyes, and a mouth. And then it, this part here is easy. Here gonna get complicated here, and the ears and the little toes and the little finger, that can get tricky. But I done fingers and toes before, on some the characters, okay? And maybe in the long run we can make beanie out of this guy here. Okay? So we're gonna create beanie and put his face on the beanie. That'd be cute. I think that would be a good idea for Christmas gift and birthday gift during Christmas is to have a boo boo beanie. Maybe do a boo boo headband or boo boo scarf. Is such an idea. There's so many wonderful ideas that we can create out of this yarn here. And it doesn't have to be anything sophisticated. It can be something fun. So that's what I'm doing right now is this fun patterns. I'm writing down the pattern because I'm creating these patterns as I go. So this is something that I have not learned before. Making a boo boo is something that I have not done before, and I could have done this before and to do this, but then I wanted to show you that making pattern is it's always a great way to experience that ability to create patterns. You know that you're not copying anybody's, you're not taking anyone else's work, you doing your own pattern, which is a great thing that we able to do that, and then you can teach other people how to do it. Okay. And that's a great thing about tutorial is that we able to share the common knowledge, and share the skill that you have or I have. I'm sure that I won't be able to finish a boo boo soon because he had a lot of feature. Okay, so far his head, um, is about that big. It's almost like the back of his head, in which I think I'm gonna start narrow it down so that way it's become round. Okay, it's gonna cover. It's gonna. I'm gonna cover it way up here and then leave this spot here so that I can create this face here and the eyes and the mouth is and all the teeth. You know, I know that he's overbite. Go, so cute. I gotta go research more a little more on the foo. Okay, so the next one also I'm gonna do single on around. So I want to bring a little box out of it. Okay, now that I think I have enough on from we started with 1 2 1 2 count until we reach the seven rows, then we stop increasing. So we're just gonna do one one crochet on single stitch all around. And once I'm doing this a few repeated time, this will form into a little it'll form into a little bowl. Okay, because our head is like a bowl anyway, right? So what I did, because I'm starting from the back of boo boo and then leave an opening in the front here, so that way I can come in with different tone of yarn here to create the face and the little blush. Kind of cute. I think so, huh? Those blush. If I use white, I'm gonna just do the blush on it, but that would be too cheap way to do it. If I do double stitch on this, it'll be faster. But then I don't recommend on double stitches. I could, but then it does not have that tight fit kind of textures. Or I can also create it the fluffy or hairy a fufu. Okay, sorry, I have to bring it how you see it. Um, well, fufu had big head, so this is gonna be fun. It's a warm day today in Las Vegas. It's about 100 degree, I believe, and we just have a summer day. What summer just came a few days ago, and but I mean summer came way before summer. You know what I mean? I mean summer would just come here to. I mean it's June. It's time for summer, and we have to deal with the hot element in July and August, and then September, and it cooling down during Halloween's, which is the month of October, and then the fall come, and then we have the month of October, and then it get cooler in the month of November, and it started freezing in the month of December, and it started freezing hard in the month of January, and from then on we just need from the month from the month of November you start appreciating a boo boo, so you can hug a boo boo to keep it so warm, right? Right now, you don't see that a boo boo can make you feel hot, because I feel that way too. Crocheting in summer is not my thing. I don't like crocheting in summer because I don't know. I don't know, something crazy about attitude of crocheting in summer is that it make me feel warm, because I think it's just the mentality of being close to the yarns, and with that energy, I feel like I'm radiating heat from the yarn. Anyway, so I have a couple more round, and then I think then it start forming because I expanded too many rows, and Abubu going to be bigger than Abubu here because his head is already like big. Yeah, Time right, mom. Oh, you found my mouse? Oh, great. Yes, the computer. What do you mean I left computer on yours?
It was connected to my computer from the day you used it.
What the?
Yeah.
And help me
That's it,
looking
right?
for. Yes, that's
Don't
it.
lose it.
Oh my goodness.
Don't lose it.
I've been looking without the mouse, so this is the connector to the mouse. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, don't
Oh
lose
my
it.
goodness. Uh, I when I load up things or editing thing and I don't have mouse and I have no control over, I don't like that, the finger thing. But I'm good with mouse. Let me put it away right now before I lose it because I have tendency to do that. Okay. Let me put in all this bag. Spent a week looking for this. We combed through the house, through everything I have. Finally said, I'm done. And I have he got me the Apple mouse, the one that says smart mouse. I don't like that one because this one right here, you're able to click and copy and paste, right? That one right there, you highlight it. You cannot click and copy and paste. That one you have to use the computer control, click the control, and then you're able to click paste, no, copy and paste. Oh, this morning when I was out finishing up the cooking for the family, making the enchilada early in the morning because I have to leave the house to do this. So what happened is that I stepped on something sharp right on my feet. It was on the kitchen rug. So I reached over to find out what I was stepping on, and then while I was looking, searching for what I was stepping on, so I I found what I was stepping on. It was broken glass. So I got a little boo boo here, which is a boo boo. So I have boo boo here, and I'm making a boo boo right now while I'm having a boo boo here. So yeah, I got a little fussy and I got a cut on my feet, a tiny cut, and then a little cut on my fingers. So I said, "Oh, I found the broken glasses." So somebody broke the glasses, didn't clean up. All right, so I'm gonna go single stitch on another row, and then a couple more row, and then it'll form into a little. It's gonna form into a little bowl so far. Okay, this a boo boo here is not gonna be this travel or to go a boo boo is going to be a boo boo in someone's hand so they can hug to sleep with. I'm not going to make an extra larger boo boo, but at least it's bigger than this a boo boo here. But yeah, first when I saw this, I'm like, ew, so not attractive a boo boo. My little granddaughter, I was telling earlier that the 1 year old she had a whole bunch of this. She had a whole bunch of a boo boo, and my daughter took video and sent it to me, and I said, what are those creature looking? I mean, should I allow my baby girl to be around a boo boo looking here? I mean, okay, so from here it looks fine, but when you look back here, he's overbite. So cute. Ridiculously cute. Okay. It's slow because we're doing single stitches, okay, because we wanted that tight looking because it's not a lot of hole, right? When you do single stitches, it's that seal, that tight stitches that we need for something, making dolls or making animation dolls, thing like that. Last time I make Speakable, one of those Speakable characters with that huge glasses, and I make a lot of beanies, and the kid loves it. I think we have group picture taken of it when we're younger. Now they're not into um, speakable character anymore. And then when the puppy pig, puppy pig, puppy pig came on the TV, on the YouTube show, and boy, everybody demand Papa Pig, baby girl pig. I can't remember what his name was, but anyway, to create that long nose, and it was ridiculous. But it was a lot of fun doing that, though. I make a few of that Papa Pig Peppa Pig or Peppa Pig? Peppa Pig, the talking pig on YouTube channel.
The lady on your TikTok said how much?
What, babe?
She said how much? You're not reading your TikTok.
Oh, how much how much this thing?
Yeah, she asked you how much. Her name is
I don't know how much this.
her name is Maria.
Maria.
What you said? Told her you selling it?
I could
Know how much?
I could sell this. I can go as far as $30 because depend on
Inbox her, Maria.
just because um like I said, Abubu has all kind of a feature. Okay, 2 ears, that two ear right there, and the face here to look to have the exact expression with these teeth hanging out here, happy face, and then there's toes. How many toes she has? I got 3 toes. Goodness gracious, and 4 finger. So yeah, so um, that handmake is always, and that's why when he asked me, "You're gonna make this for sale?" I said, "If I make this for sale, people cannot afford it. This is going to be expensive because it make by chef Anna, and also it make in America, and it's not making Taiwan or China. This is making by the hand of Cambodian chef, and and yeah, I would love some price to it. I mean the appreciation, the time I spent on here. I already got on here what almost an hour. I haven't even got the head around yet, so what I would estimate about 6 or 7 hour, even 8 hour work, and if you even you pay me by minimum wage, which is about $15 or $17, you add that by 6 or 8 hours. So that's why people said, oh well, just go to secondhand store and get one. Yeah, just go to secondhand store and get one. I have no problem with that. But if you're gonna do something quality, you're gonna buy something quality product like this, you keep this the rest of your life. I mean, this is not going to fall off. I never make product that's going to fall off. I'll make sure that it's sturdy. Okay, and let me see who want to order one. If you want to place your order, then go right ahead. And if you want the how many inches you want, and I don't know whether it's a boy or girls. Like I said, I don't even have knowledge of a boo boo, but I know that there's a foo foo, which Abubu and the Fufu, they are not they from the same family. Just one is the real product, one is the imitation product. So my little daughter was telling me that, Mom, oh my granddaughter, she had the Fufu. Someone got her the Fufu, but my daughter had the Abubu. And so I said, "Oh, why so many names? A Fufu, a Boo Boo. Tell me about it." I said, Mom, a fufu is mean it's fake. A boo boo is the real product. Okay, so what I'm gonna make in a boo boo or fufu, or whatever come out first. If it's a boo boo, it's a fufu. I'm gonna try to make a boo boo, so that way it's had value to it. I mean, when I look at a boo boo and a fufu, it look the same. So I think once is, I don't know how they replicate it. Okay. So now you see that the head is start to form in a little circle. Okay, when we do this about another 10 rows or so, it will it'll be a little bowl. And then as you see, the head is a little bit bigger. Like I said, I'm not making the the to go size here. I'm gonna make a good size of maybe for a baby doll, you know. But if I wanted to make the travel size, then I will reduce the count of this circle here, the count of the head here. Or maybe we do a miniature size. I don't know how big a fufu is or a boo boo is. I mean, that's why a lot of sizes came on this size right here, where we had a little attachment here. She attached to her purse and carried this around, like a little girl. Might be now she's about to be 23 years old and carrying a fufu, a boo boo with her. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna carry one too. I'm gonna crochet a cute little one. I'm gonna carry a boo boo with me. And I said, a boo boo for sale, and place your order. You know, I mean, crocheting is a good business. I did this before years ago. My adopted daughter, she teach Cambodian classical dance. So she needed money to buy equipment, clothing, attires, and the and the tier or the headdress. So it gets expensive. So what I did for her was that I crochet a whole bunch of products, and she sold them, and she has buyers, and they will order a whole bunch of beanies, scarf, matching beanies, scarf, and then not the socks. I made the a little booty, really cute to cover your toe during the winter, and a lot of beanies, a lot of headbands, and I did so many, and she raised quite a few hundreds for that, and with that she was able to buy equipment for her dancing troops. Um, I love doing that, but then when I get caught on doing crocheting, it get addictive, because when you create something, you want to get it done. So when you want to get it done, then you skip meals, you skip sleeps, and sometimes you want to crochet all night, which is not good for your health. So what I try to do is that when I'm doing this here, I don't have to stay all night. I can get I can get some part done, some feature done, and then we'll come back and do live on second episode, third episode until we're done, just like I did on my um on my lattice flowers scarf. That take me what, 3 episode, I think. I mean, for me to finish it, which is fine. If it can take me 5, take 6 episode, we'll do that. It's a fun project. Let me see who Maria is. That way, Maria, if you're interested, just inbox me, okay? So that way, let me know. Oh, you got the badge, the cute one. Like I said, I don't know much about Abubu. Okay, just got the number one a glitter badge. Yeah, I'm sure that they come up with all kind of patterns. Okay, and yeah, they are glitter um, yarn also pretty cute. I see the pink one, purple one. Maybe I'll do a purple Abubu. I'm not sure where Maria is. Make sure that Maria, you send me on my inbox, okay, sweetheart. If you want these products, I'll be happy to make them for you. And let me know how many inches you want. Do you want just a regular traveling size, or you want a baby doll size? That depends. This here is about 1 inch, 2, 3, probably about 5.5 or 6 inches. Okay, for back companions. This one right here gonna be about probably about 8 or 10 inches, because the head is already big, and but when it's formed, it's gonna be in a circle like this. I have fan on because it's getting a little warm up there. So I'm sniffing a little bit every time when the fan or air conditioner is on. It affect my allergy, my sinus. You want to be comfortable, yet then you suffer, and I'm just between those two lines where my allergy is so severe is that if the air conditioning is on, I'll be sneezing. If the if the fan is on, I'll be sneezing also. So if I'm home by myself, I just stay cool by drink a lot of water and dress in light clothes, because fan is gonna dry up my nasal and make me sneeze. Same thing for the air conditioning. Even in the car, I have the same issue, and I can't tell you why, but seem like I'm getting so sensitive to the element around me. I know I had this long time ago. I didn't just have this. I had this a long time ago. Um, Remind you that I was born in Cambodia and I wasn't born into luxury. My dad has farmhouse and literally I was born in a farmhouse by my mom give birth to me by herself. It was in the month of January. It was cold also, and my dad working in the field and harvesting rice, and the crop was ready to harvest in January, February, start with December, January. By by the end of January, the crop should have already been harvested. If it's not, then when the Wi-Fi comes and it'll burn up the farm. So what dad does is that he and mom were trying to reap the crops, harvest the crops, and sometimes he would hire workmen to help him with. And mom was already full term and living quite distant from the village. But my step grandmother, she's a midwife, because in the day there was no nearby hospital. The only hospital available would be in the big city in Battambang. So typically, people who live in the village, they would give birth without having to go to the hospital. So the Khmer people, they endure pains and they be able to give birth just with the midwife or with just experienced mom or sisters. Okay, so when my mom had me, she was alone in the farmhouse and waiting for my dad to go fetch my step grandmother, who was a mid who was the midwife, live out in the village, and mom and dad have moved into the farmhouse and trying to gather all the crops in the field. And because my mom is in labor, so she can't travel with dad, so dad went to fetch my grandmother, which is a distance from the village, and there's no vehicle. The only vehicle we have would be the oxen cart, and even that, still bumpy roads. And by the time reach grandma and make his return, mom already got me out. I mean, she gave birth by herself along with my brother, who was only about 18 months older than I am, and now there I was, came into the world alone with my mom and and my brother, and my mom wrapped me in the cloth and still not being clean, and the cord is still umbilical cord is still attached to me. So I was waiting for my dad and grandmother to come and take care of that portion. So by the time my dad reached the farmhouse, I was already dried up. um, so my grandmother know what to do because she's a midwife and she delivered hundreds of babies in the village. So she's known to be one of the medicine women, because Cambodia doesn't have healthcare accessibility for the people who live in the village, who out in the village. So the woman used to giving birth at home with the family members and midwife, with the help of the midwife. And then remind you that a lot of women die during the process, because if we had bleach baby, the baby that the leg come first and only one leg come out and the other leg stuck in the womb. So a lot of time Asian women would die during the process of giving birth, and that's why the Khmer call it Shlong Tale. Shlong Tale is referring to a term crossing the ocean, or crossing the sea. Okay? So it's referring to being dead and alive during the childbirth. So it's called, if you cross the sea, meaning that you make it. If you didn't cross the sea, meaning that you die in the process of giving birth. So sometimes the twin birth never make it through neither. Mom would die in the process of childbirth, and if the complication with the child, and then both mom would die, and sometimes mom would die after birth or the baby die after birth. So it's a lot of fatalities and infant fatalities, a lot of miscarriages, a lot of birth defects, a lot of sad story due to the birthing complication. So I was lucky because I was born in a farmhouse, and my mom just delivered by herself. Mom, she had experience delivering my brother. That was that because it was with the help of my grandmother, who was the midwife. Okay. So, and that's what the woman in the region have, is the midwife. If you give birth by yourself, and or with the help of your mom, because your mom, the mom has experience in delivering the child, so the mom would help deliver the child also. And it's never easy. For me, I give birth to 6 living kids. So I here in America, even though I never have used epidurals, I with my first child, she was pretty early. She was only 5 pounds at birth, so she's still a few weeks early. Consider, I think she was 6 weeks early, and I actually I give birth to two premature babies. Um, the fact that I live in such a stressful, abusive relationship, so two of my children was born pretty early, and I mean, uh, because all the physical and mental anguish that I experienced during the pregnancy, and that um, affect the fetus and affects the pregnancy. So I give birth to two premature babies. So the doctor know that I'm at risk. So, and then I have pretty short delivery too. I mean, I don't go through the whole night, whole day, trying to push the baby out. And if I'm in the delivery room, 3 hours later or 2 hours later, I already have my kid, deliver the baby. And on my sixth baby girl, I didn't have labor pain. I would just have a little backache here and there. I I She was a week early because I had taken time off, and she was supposed to be delivered on the 21st, but she came on the 16th. So that day, which is my regular doctor visit day, and I have not even being seen yet. So I'm out there. I feel a little uncomfortable in the back, and then minute later, and I felt that it was like wet and on the bottom, and I said, "Oh shoot." Um, I know what that is. When you're pregnant and you feel that the water is seeping through your clothing, and you know that something's about to happen. So I went to the front desk and tell the girl, "I'm not sure. I think my water broke or something. Can you check?" So she took me in right away, and and I was already 9 centimeter open. The womb, um, the birth canal, it's shut like this. By the time it get to the 10 centimeters, about it's opened up the womb where the child head can now pass through the canal. With the ripping and all that. Oof, so I said, "Oh shoot, no, when are your baby gonna be here?" So luckily, the clinic was down beneath the main hospital where I was supposed to give birth to the kid. So she wheeled me up to the living rooms, and because I was in a great pain, so I was in a good mood. I was cheering and greeting every nurses and the medical staff that had wheeled me upstairs. She was like, make way, she's about to have her baby, make way. And then I mean, they didn't have time to even prepare the birth room, so put me one of the room. And I thought, "Oh, I feel the baby's coming." "No, no, 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 hold it." So, "Oh, I don't know, I feel like the baby's coming, hurry, hurry." So she put me on the bed, and that's it. They said, "Catch the baby." And there was, "No, no, 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 you're not already, the doctor's not here. No, I cannot wait for the doctor. Okay, catch the baby. And there was this, are you kidding me? So she turned around and said, no, the baby is coming. The baby came. And she went and grabbed the baby and said, I told you to wait for the baby is here, so the doctor can come and stitch me up. So, I can't wait. The baby is here, not like having constipation where you can wait, when the baby's here, the baby's here. So she said, oh my gosh, yeah, well, you prepare too long, I mean, she's about to hook me up to the ultrasound machine, and I was like, I don't got time for that. I don't have time to even change into a gown, I'm like, catch. And then she screamed for help. I was like, help! She's giving birth. And then a few other nurses came. Was like, what's going on? She just gave birth. Of what? I mean, it was, yeah. And yeah, don't say that because you have so many kids and that's going to be easy. I think when you're pregnant is that to have a very easier transitions of childbirthing is to be active, to always exercise and check on on the right kind of exercise that will help during the last trimesters, that will help you prepare for the birthing. And then take Lamar's class. I don't know now if they have Lamar's class or not, but look at that. It's already forming into a little bowl, right? So that's what we need here. Okay, so we're gonna do the little face. So take Lamar's class, take your attend birthing class, or help with the breathing technique. I didn't have time, but then the last childbirth was very pleasant. I mean, I didn't have experience that sharp pain. I don't know what happened. I mean, all that time that I was having contraction, it was silent contraction, probably at home. I mean, probably the night before, or even the middle of the night, and I can't feel it. So until I went to the doctor for a regular checkup, because I'm doing on the 21st and it's on the 16th, and that was my first day taking my maternity leave, because I was working and up until on the 15th of July. And on the 16th, I have appointment to see the doctors, and I had the baby right on the spot. Yes, that was so easy. And when the doctor came, he just shook his head. I know that you have history of having early childbirth and like premature baby and stuff like that, but this one right here, you almost drop your baby on the floor. But I said, doctor, I told the nurse the baby is coming. She's not listening to me, but at least she catch the baby on time. So yeah, the doctor was called in and he came late, but he was there. Well, I can't blame him because I was already ready, because when the birth canal opened to 10 centimeter, and you have that urge to push, that's it. You can't wait for the second coming or nothing. You got to have it, just like you cannot wait. You can hold it, but then the baby is like, the baby push himself out, herself out. I mean, ready to come out. It's not going to wait for the rain to come. The baby gonna help exceeding the birth canal also. He's been waiting for what, 9 something months, so he ain't gonna wait any minute, and you got gonna have time to attend the soccer ball games, and the baby's gonna be here. So the doctors, like I said, he shake his head. So I said, so that was my last baby, the sixth baby. So after that, I'm done with, because when I have her, I was in my mid 40s. And when you got pregnant when you're in your 40s, and they refer you to all kind of generic study, and there's time where they went in and withdraw the amniotes with that long needles, and draw the fluid out of your wombs and take it to the laboratory to test it, to make sure that the baby was going to be healthy, and going to be that's not going to deal with birth effects or anything like that. Because in America, we do all that. I didn't have all that done. My mom never seen a doctor one day when she was pregnant with me or any of the kids. Um, Not because we don't have money, just because we don't have access to medical care, and the closest hospital would take half of the day to travel to. So people in the village do not go to the hospital unless unless they like dying or they have dead or what have you. Other than that, all the childbirthing and all the giving birth thing are done at home, done by family members, experienced family member, mom, grandma, or midwife, and yeah. So for the people who live in the city, of course, they have access to the hospital, so they do give birth in the hospital. But because we live so far from the medical facilities, so none of my mom kids were born in the hospital, down to the last baby when she was born in Thailand, still giving birth at home. And my brother, my the third kid of her, my brother, he was born pretty early. He was a premature baby, and it's very small. There's no waiting on it, and but he was full developed. And when my mom had that baby, she didn't know how to care for the premature baby, so she just left after she gave birth, and she just left the baby, and she didn't even feed the baby. When my grandfather comes and saw that she had a tiny baby, and he encouraged my mom to do the sucking on, to feed the baby. And mom said, "Oh, the baby looks scary, too little. I'm not gonna do this." And my grandfather said, "No, he's alive. He's not dead. And feed him." And then my grandfather and my grandmother came to rescue my brother and clean him and clothe him and and work with my mom to take care of the baby. So she started to care for him and feeding him, so he survived. So my brother was determined to live, and even he was born in such inappropriate condition, being born premature. He's only about what, a kilogram, maybe 2 pounds or 3 pounds the most. He survived. He lived, and here we have neonatals where if the baby is born prematurely, it will be in incubator for months and months and months with all those tube running through. Got to keep the baby alive. But then in some countries, such as my brother, who was born premature, very premature, and he lived. Talking about miracle. In a lot of undeveloped country where they don't have access to medical care from birth, or even maternity care. My mom never received maternity care, and that's the thing with me, because I was born with a very what do you call, rare condition. It's called a care malformation. um a care malformation um is a condition where I was born with my with the end of my tail, the tail of my brain. Okay, so so my brain was too big, and my skull didn't have room for it, and there was there was an opening of my skull here, and then the tail of my, I can't tell, but the tail of my brain, it's sunken in that little hole back here that that my skull made. So and I didn't know I have all that, but I lived through. But in America, they're probably going to have surgery, brain surgery, and all that, and then that was called caramel formations, and the other one is something similar to that, that have to do the vertical uh, caramel formations, and I can't remember the other condition. So in me, I have two severe conditions that can alive me anytime. But then the doctor said I'm a miracle person. And when they discovered that I have caramel formation and the drooping of the brain, now I got referred to everywhere. They refer me to the brain surgeon, to the neurosurgeon. I always like the top of their concern, right? And they wanted to do brain surgery and to to remove the bone and put my brain back here where it belonged, and then there was deposit on my spinal cord and all that. And so I asked them. At the time, I was in my late 50. Okay, so it's about 10, 12 years ago. I was in my 50 already. So I asked the doctors, okay, so you were saying that these are serious conditions that it it's so uncommon that it doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a medical name. It's named after the French doctor. His name is Chieri Mel. His name is Chieri. So the more form the form the Chieri formation was the condition that I have, the sunken of the brain into the little slope back here. So he said, yeah, people die from there. At birth they correct it from birth, and I don't know why you how to use it. I don't know. I didn't know I have all that until you guys found it. So then, so I got referred to Sacramento to like the neurosurgeon, a lot of consultation. I'm sitting there saying, and one time there was like 10 brain surgeon was there trying to talk to me out in to have my brain surgery. And I said, okay. So you said this what I have here is very rare and don't have a name for it, and you guys don't know what it is, and you have a little medical knowledge about it, and you're gonna put knife and open up my brain, my skull, and and trying to pull my brain out and put it where it belongs. Um, so I asked, how safe is it? What is the success rate? Say, 50-50. 50-50. That's a very low rate for a confident neurosurgeon like you guys. A whole bunch of them came in, like 10 of them, like at the UC Medical and Brain Surgeon Center. So they look at me and I look at them. I'm like, look at my chart. Oh yeah, you 52, 53 at the time, and how you live through all this year, we don't know. Typically, stuff like this would kill a person. I said, I don't know neither. I was born on a rice field, and my mom just popped me out in the rice field, so I never gone to see the doctor. When I was in Thailand, I did see some doctor, but I never have condition. I never have have signs or symptoms, so never never know what's wrong with me. So until you put me into that MRI machine, and because it started with me. There was another condition I have also that caused the tinnitus, the the dizziness, the vertigo. There was another condition that I have also. So with that condition, it caused a dizziness spell, and it's so bad I can't drive, can't have normal life. So first I thought I have, because when the when the vertigo spell come, I because the room spin, your head spin. So then it give you that throw off mode, and then your body start to warm it, and sometimes it take 3 to 6 hours for my body to be well again. So the first episode, I didn't know what it was. I thought I had food poison, so I was admitted to the emergency at St. Joseph in Stockton, California, and they said they couldn't find anything wrong, so they concluded that I might have food poison. Okay, so I gathered that. Came home again, and days later I experienced the same thing over again. I said, I didn't eat anything funny at the time. I was vegetarian, so so it was food poison and whatever salmonella, whatever it is. So then I this time I went back again, the same thing. They can't find anything wrong with me until they said, well, we're gonna do something for you, and maybe we'll just have an MRI done. So, but not at St. Joe until I got new job, and my ex-spouse got new job, and the change of insurance. So this time I'm not seeing at St. Joe anymore. I was seeing by Sadhguru. So with Sadhguru, they did a history of me, and then at one time I had one of the disease spell while I was at the clinic. So I mean, I've been telling them that I had this awful health concern, that that I experienced this in this spell, that the Saint Joseph Med doesn't know what it is. It said that I may have suffered from food poison. So that was too many food poison accidents. So then, well, let's schedule some more examination. See, that is forming into a little bowl. Okay. So this is going to be, and then we're going to leave the open here to make the face. So then we said we're gonna order a few tests for you. First lab tests didn't come out, and then MRI. With the MRI, then they said, "Oh, we found something accidental finding." I said, "What's the accidental finding?" Well, we found something that's not in your report. So what is it? Um, she said, "Well, it does not have a medical terminology for it yet, but we're gonna do some more study on you. I think it sounds like you have something called caramel formation." I said, "Oh, what the?" Yeah, it's named after the French doctors who discovered this syndrome. They call it syndrome, and I have other syndrome also that caused me to have the dizziness. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, so from then they were all like everybody now turn their attention to me. I see them more often, like every other weeks, and they run more tests on me and more X-ray, more lab work, and I'm like exhausted, you know. And then finally they said that, well, we need to refer you to there are few options. I said, I'll refer you to the neurosurgeon. I said, a what? A neurosurgeon with your condition, you know, because I don't know what miracle that hold your life until you turn this age. Normally, stuff like this will kill you from birth, you know, if you don't take care of. You could have been dead since you were born. I said, I don't know. That sounds scary because you're trying to scare me so that I go in under knife. No, you know, I lived to be 50 something and didn't bother me until now. So let's do something else. So then I was with them for about a year, you know, back and forth between the brain surgeon. I said, no, brain surgeon. Well, maybe we'll just do a little surgeon there, here and that. No, you know, and then maybe we'll just gonna do your spinal cord and remove all those algae from your deposit from your spinal cord, because with the brain is sunken in on the spinal cord, it blocks the liquid to go to the brain. Whatever it was very complicated, right? So I'm listening to them. I don't understand any of this, and he tries to explain to me. I said, I still don't understand. So then he said, well, then we need to have your brain surgery. At the time, my dad just took an ill, and I said, if I do brain surgery, and who's gonna take care of my kid? At the time, I was single mom. Also, my kid was still three of my kids still minors, you know. So, and my last baby, she's only 2 years old when her dad left us. So I don't really have anybody to take care of them. And my dad just took a serious illness and needed to have a 24-hour care. Okay. So then I tell him, no, you know, just let me leave myself alone for a while until a year later. I have a change of insurance again. He keep changing jobs, so I'm with Kaiser. So again, I will refer to the ear, nose, throat, because it related to the vertigos and all that stuff that deal with my vertigo. So I will refer to um to Kaiser Permanente. Um, Meeting Dr. Fine. She was a beautiful female doctor. Name is Dr. Fine. Sorry, the linen run into my mouth. So talking to Dr. Fine, you know, she was like, say the same thing again. We need to refer me to the neurosurgeon. I said, Dr. Fine, is there an option? You know, I did some study. You know, I learned the technique how to deal with the vertigo, the white noise, and all that. You know, and reduce the consumptions and all that. So they did a lot of study on me on my vertigo, and yet they have not resolved a situation for me. So I said, well, so I did a little study, you know, maybe I don't have to do surgical removal of the brain, whatever it is, you know, the brain part. I said, I'm not going to touch, but then the part where the ringing in my ears and the dizzy spell, there's a name for it. I can't remember it, but it have to do with the, the internal ear dysfunctional, you know, it's the that caused the unequilibriums where if I move my head in certain movements, or if I eat the wrong food, that can throw me up. I can have the dizziness for for hours. if I were to take my kid to school and I have an episode, I cannot walk home because I can't stand up, and I can't drive because it's really really bad. I mean, it's not like oozing. It was like a whirlpool spin, like I mean, I can't. I have to hang on to something tight. Don't even hang on to furniture or leg of the chair. I still feel like I'm falling, because that's how severe it was. It was terrible. And after a while, I warm it down all the way to the bile until like I'm exhausted. Sometimes I fall asleep when I wake up, and the dizziness subside. Okay. Sometimes it does not subside, and then they subscribe me the anti-vertical medicine, and that just to put you to sleep. It doesn't help you because vertical pill, it causes dizziness itself, so there's a lot of side effects. It was ugly. I have to deal how many years, 4 or 5 years of those, uncomfortableness. So I was sitting in front of Dr. Fine, look at her. She looked at me and said, hmm, is there a better solution beside uh, seeing another group of neurosurgeon? I said, well, though there's some option, Vana. I said, what is that option? So the option is to do gentamicin. Gentamicin is antibacterial. Whatever it was, is that it's called in office procedure where it's no surgical or cut open the skulls procedure. It's going to be just one shot into the ears, the inner ears, and she said that though it has a high successful rate, but you have to be mindful that for the next 3 months you're going to have this spell every day because your brain now trying to deal with the disconnection of that shot was just to disconnect the nerve from my brain and my ear because it's complicated. I can't even explain to you, but anyway, so with that injection, it's supposed to disconnect that nerve that create the hearing and all that, the cochlea, you know. So is that you're going to be uncomfortable 3 months, but after 3 months, you should have your normal life back. So I took the chance of getting the called gentamicin shot, right in the ears, and then I went home, um, and I lived with that disease spell for about 2.5 months, and then I started to feel better. Now that I don't feel the dizziness, and when I move my head, um, I don't have to worry about who's gonna catch me falling. So sometimes I'm at church, driving to church, and get out of the car, and there I am, having my spell. Sometimes I have to spell at the church, at the school, at the market. Oh, it was terrible. I mean, when I was shopping and I was holding on to the cart and the emergency dispatch and all this ugliness, so it was terrible. So then I start to feel better, and up until now that I don't have the dizziness anymore. That was taken care of, and though I lost my hearing due to that shot, I have to give up the hearing. So the only thing I have now is just the ringing in the ear, the tinnitus, they call it the ringing. So I traded with the ringing. I traded the dizziness for the ringing. Well, the ringing started already because it's something with the inner ear issues. So the ringing started after I gave birth to my baby girl. So from then on, the ringing was consistent. And then when when the dizziness comes, and with that shot, it took away the dizzy spell, but and I have to lift the ring in my ear. So right now, I hear the ring, just like the alarm car. If you don't know how the ringing sound like, it sound like the your the car, the alarm car. It's so loud, especially when it's quiet at night or when I'm under a lot of stress. So the volume of the ringing get higher and higher. Even I'm talking to you right now, the ringing is there, but then for some reason I'm not able to um to deal with it. Now it doesn't bother me anymore. It used to bother me like going crazy because the ringing is there 24/7. The only time I don't hear is when I go to sleep. So I wake up with the ringing, I sleep and eat and all of the ringing in my ears 24/7. It doesn't go away. So as I'm speaking to you, it's ringing. That's why when someone talk to me from my right side, I won't be able to hear. And sometimes well, no, so stuck up. I talked to her, call her name. She didn't. My client used to say that, but approach me from this side of ears and inaudible, and they come around and said, I was talking to you. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. We talking. I'm sorry. I have bad ear. Not only is bad ear, I have ringing. It make it extremely difficult. Sometimes it was so difficult that, but though that did not it did not debilitated me. I continued to live normal life. I continue to raise my kid, continue to work, I continue to do interpretation. But the only thing that interpretation, when I do the streaming interpretation, then I can't depict the noises because everything have to wire into my left ear. Okay, so my right ear is no good. It's only ringing. I can't hear. And I'm deaf on the right ear, plus the ringing, so make it worse. Now that everything have to like pull to my left ear. So if I'm in a room with a whole bunch of people, I'm okay with single conversation. If I'm in a room with a whole bunch of people, I won't be able to depict what they were talking about unless I'm face to face with somebody like I'm talking to you here. So I'm okay with like, single conversation. If I'm in a room, conference room, all that talking, I want to be able to pick up anything at all. So everything is like all in a bad mixture, like distorted. So that's my condition. But within the condition, the disease spell is gone, the ringing is still here. So I live with that condition the rest of my life. So if you think that you have a bad day, hey, I do too. But I choose not to have it over me. I live my life in a better condition now. That's why I do a lot of cooking, a lot of exercising, because it helped. It helped what you call it, distracting me. Do this extracting me from, though the ringing is bad, it's there, it's 24/7. It doesn't go away. It get louder when it's quiet. It get louder when I'm listening to loud music also, because the brain trying to pick whatever the noise from the external noise, and it because it does it now it create this ringing. It's just terrible. I never want anybody have to suffer and go through what I have to go through. It's terrible. It's terrible that people to not to hear, but yet there's ringing in it. You deaf and ringing, and you only got one hearing, and then people say, "Oh, you talk too loud. You talk too soft." I can't. I'm speaking for myself. If I talk for myself and people said, you talk too inaudible. And even my producer was saying, you talk so soft, and I talk loud. Why are you talking too loud? Just like, you cannot even make people happy. So I said, what the heck? And I don't try to explain to people my condition, but I just want to raise an awareness that the ringing in the ears, um, the dizzy spell, if you experience those things, it it does it does raise a red flag that you may have experienced early hearing loss, or the condition within your inner ears that you need to check it out. Because I leave it too long, I didn't know, because I'm the one that does not like to be at the clinic, because I was born with at home. So I mean, in a farmhouse, so I didn't even care about medical services. To me, it was like waste of time. So sorry about that. Get emotional, sometimes to talk about me, because people see me a happy little lady. You don't think that I have all those issues. I do have those issues. It's just that I combat it. I struggle every day just to trying to keep my hearing going. If you see me sometimes forgot to smile, maybe I'm have to deal with the chronic illness that I have. And then my brain is still sunken. I left it alone. I didn't even bother. I mean, with that too can cause the dizziness, but it does not bother me. I'm not worried about it. I relying on the blessing from above. And if it's time for me to depart, I shall depart. If the Lord going to preserve me here, then I'll be happy to be here as long as the Creator will allow me to be. So I have no fear, no worry, because that is just another transition to a better place. If you're Christian like I am, we know that what God does after the immortality, right? So, but in Buddhism, they believe in reincarnations, and I'll be reborn into a person of to be whatever that depend on the life that that you put yourself into, whether you put yourself into the categories of being a merit person, be kind, be loving, be kind, generous, and be a good person or not. If you're not, they believe that you're born into a sub creature, you're being born to a dog, to a cat, depend on the personality, the kind of life you live here in this life, or the karma you carry from the previous life and the karma that you earn in this life and will take you to the next life. But for me, I'm Christian. I have a firm belief that God had put me here and that He had preserved my life. He brought me from Cambodia through the minefield, through the genocide, and I'm here in this great country, and that my condition was not known until later in life, and that I got some treatment and something that I feel comfortable, not comfortable about it, I leave it alone. I rely on the blessing, and I received my priesthood blessing from the church leader, from the um from the priesthood holder. So I believe in the healing from above also. So I remember when I used to have my dizzy spell, it would take a walk, and all of a sudden I feel the pull, and then there I was. There's time where I I fell and I broke I broke my bone, I broke my elbow, I got big enthus on my back. Sometimes I have bruises, and sometimes I wear there's time that I go around wearing helmet, and people said, "Are you riding bike today, honey?" I said, "No, honey, I do not ride bike today. I'm just wearing helmet because I have dizziness and dizzy spell. Sometimes when I fall, I don't want to hurt my I don't want to injure my brain, so I wear a helmet everywhere I go." And people start seeing that. They didn't make fun of me. They just curious why I'm wearing helmet all the time. Just like little kids or kids who have epilepsy, they have that what you call it, seizure. So you see kids will wear helmet because that's just to help protect their skull. I did that too, and people for a while they think that I'm riding bike to work because I'm wearing helmet. I'm like, hello, no. So, but I'm just glad that I'm free of the dizziness spell, because that was ugly. That was the most terrible thing. I can trade it in for losing all the hearing if I have to, but to have the dizziness is like horrible. It was the most horrible. I mean, I don't have other condition beside, you know, the dizziness. I'm cool. I don't have diabetic. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high lipid. I'm cool. My health is good. But then my health is is far more critical than any soul. Okay, with the condition I have, I mean, anything can be gone. But because I believe in being positive, believe in the above powers that and that life is preserved and that He's taking care of us. So I'm not even worried a bit. All my kids are grown. They mature. Them a business owner. They're doing good. So I don't have worry. You know, though my son who my second son who need a little bit of help, a little bit of push. So we the whole family is here to support him also, because he had a condition also, not my condition, different condition. So he still need help with his daily. I mean, just just be independent. Other than that, he had a job, he can drive, but just to be a little bit independent. So yeah, so that's me. If you see me smile, that because I have so many things to be grateful for. It's just for me to wake up every morning. It's just a blessing for me. Something for me to already smile about. Something for me to appreciate already, that I am alive another day. So what I do, I wake up in the morning. I want to look good. I go to the bathroom. I take care of myself. I apply light makeup to look good, so that people don't know that I have all this ringing in my ear that I can't hear and all that. I don't have to tell anybody about it. But I just want to share with you that, that all of us had something going on in our life, either a divorce, death in the family, or struck by health conditions, or struck by whatever it is. And someone was deal with it more appropriately. Some of us don't know how to deal with it, and then it become a mental issue, a mental health issue, where now not only you have this physical ailment, and you have to deal with the depression, you have to deal with being overwhelmingly emotional issue, and led to depressions, and will lead to like a circle of that health issue. And the physical being, the emotional being, the mental health being, now you have all the things going on in combined, and it's going to be very debilitating to the point where now you can find yourself in mental health. Now you have to be medicated, you have to take a whole bunch of medication. For me, I don't take any medication. I'm good. I'm fine. The only medication I take probably for the um for skin and nail hair vitamins. Other than that, I'm good, because I want to have my hair over 60, your hair getting refiner, and all that, and bone become more density. But but like I said, I do regular exercise, I eat good, I cook my own food once in a while. I'll go out and eat outside just to treat myself, because my kid said, Mom, do whatever to make you happy. I don't have to worry about my kids. They're doing good, they don't have to go through what I have to go through. So they be telling me that, Mom, you did such a fine job raising us. You didn't lose any of us, and we're doing good. We business owner, they own the salon, and they're doing all that beautiful makeup work, doing lash extension, nail, hair, and skin, and all that. But I didn't have my lash extension. I'm allergic to glue product, and I can't have my nail done anymore because the gel, because I started allergic to their product or whatever the like when they sell. So I grow my own nail, and I've been having no nail because been cooking and doing a lot of other stuff, and I'm growing it back. Okay, it'll grow back because I like to have my own natural stuff. So if to make you feel any better, that if you do suffer from chronic illness that is debilitating, that you don't have the freedom to do, you can't drive, you can walk, you're on wheelchair, or you're stricken with chemotherapy, or you're stricken with physical therapy, you just gone through childbirth, you just gone through your treatment, your radiation treatment, or whatever it is. I just want to let you know that we all have our own struggles. Okay, just to make sure that you love yourself enough that you take care of yourself, eat well. Okay, follow the doctor instruction, take your medication as prescribed. Don't undertake and overtake. If the medication has such a terrible side effect, talk to the doctors. And normally they allow you to take 10 days of medication. If you still have side effect, or 5 days, or that you cannot tolerate anymore, is that you're allergic to it, then you need to talk and have your medication, um, have different medication. It's okay to do that. Communicate with your doctors, like I didn't communicate to my doctor too well. And I mean, I see gynecology all my life because I have 6 children each year, and I have them close together. I mean, there's about 2 years, 3 years apart, and only two children of a 7 year apart when I remarried. But other than that, I have my kids relatively close age range. My oldest, she's gonna turn 39 this oncoming couple months, and followed by the 37, 36, and then 35, and then my second boy, he's gonna be 25, and then my baby girl, she'll be 23 in July. So totally, I spent 34 years raising the children because I'm a single mom. My first marriage, he left us, deserted us, no child support, no any support. And then the second marriage does the same thing. I sent him to Cambodia because he was not a good man. Same thing. It was not a good man, very abusive, verbally, physically, financially. So because I wasn't collecting public assistance, so child support system don't even go after them. They said that, well, the, he's in another country. We can collect child support from another country. So I have 6 children. I mean, all well, I could have took the 6 children and go to the welfare department, and I don't have to work a day in my life. But no, Man, when I think back about that, I said, why did I suffer myself? Why didn't I work with 6 children? I have 2 jobs. Why did I do that? Why did I not just take that moment to like collect the system and let the child support go chase after those assholes that deserted me? I call them asshole because they were mean. They were mean folk. I'm a loving person. I want to just be loved and have a family, and that's it. I don't expect much. I'm a very basic woman. You see that I'm the basic bare minimal. I don't need much. I just need a place to live and a car to drive and a job, and that's it. That's all I ask for. But it was too basic. So, but anyway, that was crazy. Okay. So right. So then, as I was talking, busy talking, so I think I have create half of the head, which is this part here. Okay. So now I'm gonna try to do a few more rolls, and then I may not finish today because I've been here long enough, and you guys might get tired. We can come back and and revene, and come back and work on different part of the body. I'm not going to do this without you, I promise. Okay, let me try to at least finalize the facial part. So because now we're approaching, but thank you for listening, and I know that we all have our own story and something that to write a journal about, or to write anecdote, or even a story about. My story is not significant. It's not gonna make a best sell. Maybe it is, maybe one day, because right now I'm working on a book called um, Rising Lotus, which is the book that help motivate, help uplifting, empowering Asian woman, or any woman that may feel it's benefit from. So I have a little bit to go. That's what I've been doing also, beside crocheting, knitting, and cookings, and taking care of mom and grandkids and all that. And so I keep myself very very busy, because then I have to deal with this ringing in my ears if I don't do something about it. It can drive me nuts. But then now I got used to it, so I don't really notice it until I notice it. Now I mention about it, I can hear it louder and louder. Like I have a hearing device that it helped minimize the noise. It's expensive. My daughter paid for it, like almost $4,000 for it. It's like a device that go way inside, and there's a little piece that go around here. I have it. I stopped wearing it because one time I lost it for months, and I found it, like, I dropped it in the back seat of the car. It went behind backseat of the car. So with that, I'm able to put it on. It does not help improve the hearing, but it helped minimize the ringing. For some reason, it absorbed that ecosystem, and it helped minimize the ringing in the ear, which I should be wearing it, so you know what I'm talking about. Maybe next time when I come on, I'll show you how it looked like. It's one of the expensive. When it first came, it was like one of the top, top brand, top art. What do you call it? The top brand. So it's not like the regular elderly hearing device. It's more fancy, it's more concealing, and that pieces go in here, and there's a little attached and go to the back, and yeah, it helped minimize the ring in the ear. It does not help improve with improve uh, the hearing. So just want to know that we all have our own things. So hang in there and work it out, and every minute worth living. Okay. So let me go ahead and count what rows we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 rows of singles crochet. Ooh. God. Ooh. Uh, yeah. So the moral of the story today is that if you any of you experience ringing in the ears, okay, or dizziness, then you need to talk to the doctor right away and have them run tests and X-ray and MRIs and all that. Okay, do not wait too long like mine because mine is not reversible. Sometimes if you detect it early, there is a irreversible to it. Okay, but that's all I'm sharing with you. Is just it's just bring you the awareness of some of this condition that we're not aware of. Okay, so when I do put the fillings, okay, I can make it look at it. It look like a little beanie, right? I mean, yeah, the back skull. So now that I already done that, where is my beginning, my ending? Over here, and then I will reduce this, and I'll show you how to reduce this. Okay, we can reduce just a few at a time because we don't want it to reduce too many at one time, and then it's just gonna close in like that. I don't want to close in. I want just to have like a forehead. See, we have this skull in this part here, the facial part. Sound like they're working on someone else's track. I never heard, I never heard a Mitch Ship sing before, but that does sound like him, Demetrius Ship. I only hear when he was talking. I never heard him singing, so that might be his track, because I heard that he was coming to finish his single. And Stone, you have heard Stone Paxton. He had that unidentical vocal. His vocal is so crispy, crispy, crispy clear. Michi had a little sweetness to it. Yeah, that's Mich. Mitch is also a producer. He produced for a lot of famous people. I can't name any, but I know that he does. Next time when he comes around, I'll introduce him to you guys. He was here before when I was on live too. I introduced him to a whole bunch of my audience. Okay, so here I'm going to do the reductions so that we can get this enclosure here. Okay, um, so to so we got this head so far. So this is where we're gonna put his cute face. He or she, I don't know, is he or she Abubu? Is it a boy or girl? I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. It's a boo boo, a girl, or boy, right? But don't matter. But so I got the skull, the back of the head now. Now I need to um reduce this part here. See it? It's had like a little closure here, and then we'll create this part here, and then we'll sew it in. Or I can just crochet onto it. Okay, and then we're gonna come back and add the eyeballs and this feature here. Yeah, the teeth, like amazing looking face. So cute. I may make one for myself, and see how complicated it is when I'm done with all this extra feature with the toes. Good thing only had 3 toes and 4 fingers. I mean, if you have 5 toes like us, I'll be struggling. But this is easy right here. The 3 toes will be easy to produce. The finger, it got 4 fingers. Cool. I mean, that could be cool. So to reduce this, we're gonna reduce about 5. um, we do 5 stitches, we reduce one, and so that way it narrowed down a little at a time. Okay, so I'm going to do that. to reduce. I think I taught some of you before, so we we're gonna pull through one stitch, two stitch, and then combine the stitch. Okay, so I combined that. I was gonna count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the 6th stitch, I will hook and pull. Do not pull through, and go to the next stitch. Do the same thing, hook and pull. Now we combine and pull the whole thing through. So, and then we count 5 before we start another reduction. 2, 3, 4, 5, and reducing, combine. 1, hold on. Let me make a mark. I suppose I have safety pin with me, but since I didn't carry any, I'm gonna go ahead and use this color yarn here to mark where I started my my reduction. Oh, I'm gonna use this one. Sorry. Oh. So I started from here. Oh, I'm gonna use my marker here. They have fancy pin for this, but you know what? I'm creative, so I don't need fancy pin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, combine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, combine. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then combine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, combine. So you not be able to see that now, but when we do like the third rows, you'll be able to see that it started to close in. 2, 3, 4, 5, combine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, combine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to combine 2 more rows, okay? 1, 2, combine. So let me put my marker here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Combine is to crochet, pull, slip knot, and then combine it. So when combine it, we crochet in a single crochet into one individual hole, and then we combine it. So you see that it started to close in. Okay. If we do a couple more rolls, and then it'll get smaller. Remember, he got a big head. His head is bigger than his body. Look at that. See it? It started to close up. And I think I can do one more round, but it might be too small. We'll see how it goes when I'm done with this roll here. Okay. There's the back of the head. Okay. Well, when we put filling, it's gonna pop up. Okay. Um, it's not gonna be wrinkly. So this is the face here. Let me make note. We did 3 rows of reductions, and we can do another rows, but I don't want the face to be too small. Okay, still wanted to see that beautiful face. So I can do this color for the face, or I think this cream color would be good. This, though it look a little bit different on your screen, but this is a cool color here. Okay. Or I can do this color too. It'd be nice. I think it has a very nice texture. Let me see. Mm, I don't know what all that. Oh no, I will not deal with this. Where's the end to this? Huh, interesting. Oh, there you go. I think if we add this color right here, would give a really nice um, contrast. It's almost like um, an evening sun over gray sky. I mean, I can use the other color also, but it's too soft. It's not like a skin tone color here. It's softer than this. Okay, but this will be a little bit brighter, but I think it will be nice contrast with this color. But also this colors is nice also, but this is cream color. Okay, it's not white. It has that cream, like a very very soft cream. Okay, compared to that, that's it's not white. It's cream. What color you think? Cream, peach. Not this color though. I'm just saying. Okay, I can do this color. Okay, let's go with this color then. Let me unmess this first. It's tangle crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go come back and do this because I'm taking too much time. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect the your yarn first. Okay, now I'm gonna attach this. It's pretty soft. Okay, so I want to use the same needle, size. I'm gonna do a slip knot. Secure, and I'm gonna go ahead and tie this together. That's Demetrius ship singing. Okay, so the face is kind of had that oblong look, but I can create like oval because I don't know where the chin is. The chin is down here. Okay, let me look at him carefully. I think it's her. I'm not sure. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and crochet this to it. Okay, let's do a. Let me see if this is going to work. Let me see, okay, if this is going to work. What I do is that I create a little stitchy pattern. It'll have that little stitchy look here. Okay, that because it's handiwork. What I did is that I go behind the stitch here. I go behind it and crochet to create that stitchy look. Like I'm sewing it together, but I'm not sewing together. I'm just crocheting together, but yet it still give me that stitchy look here. You see the stitch. So I just go behind it and then crochet it from the back. Or I can turn it inside out, but this is the right side that I'm going to be using it. Okay, so this is going to be the inside of it. Um, and before I crochet this, I'm going to put fillings into it. I'm not using regular cotton. I'm going to using one of the yarn that I don't need. I'm going to cut it up and I use that as the fillers. So this is the face. This is the skin part. This is the hair part. Okay? So and and I'm creating the stitch as I go because I crochet from the inside here. I go to the back of it and crochet and just go. It's a little bit difficult to start here, but it'll get easy once we get to the second row. So I went to the back, okay, and to the front and pull from the back to the front. It's called a back stitch. Mm, that single sounds good. Demetrius. If you go searching for Demetrius ship as a ship with the 2P seniors. He had a son who had the same name. His name is Demetrius Ship Jr. He's the guy that play in as Tupac. He play as the Tupac guy. You spooker? What you spook me for? Stone Paxton. Bong. He's checking on me. Sometimes I'm quiet. He'll be sneaking behind my back and give me the startle in my life. I said one of these days I'm gonna go through a cardiac arrest and keep doing that. But this time I saw him coming, so he wouldn't be able to sneak behind my back. See that? See that beautiful stitch? So that separate from the hair to skin without having to sew onto it. This is like automatically sewn in. Someone is playing piano. Someone asked how much I want to sell this creature. I spent over 2 hours all the. I haven't gotten to get the face done yet. You know, I thought maybe $35 would be sensible. You know, that includes shipping and handling. If you're interested, just inbox me. Or go to YouTube and inbox me from YouTube, and I know because I get a lot of unsolicited uh, unsolicited um, messenger or comment from all kind of people. Sometimes it's irritating for me. Okay? All right. So now we conjoin. So we got the first roll of us here. So we're creating this. We're gonna come in and fill up these eyeballs here. Okay, we're gonna come in to do that. But first, let me get a few rolls of the face first. Okay, and it had a beautiful stitch here. Yeah, yeah. And Mama, you got a big head, so mhm. Maybe put glasses for him. Something would be cute, huh? Put glasses. When I did the what would you call those creatures? The impeccable creature. Those minions. I did the minions, and I did those thick glasses. You know, on the beanie. It was so adorable. I think my grandkid keep those the minions with the thick glasses, and then the little cute teeth and the little streak of hair sticking up was too adorable. Anyway, all right. So now the second row is easier because we just got the foundation started. Let me retight, make sure that the stitch that I made will be cool. That is nothing gonna come off. Okay. Because I don't have regular cotton, so what I'll do, I can shred this and then we'll fill it up here. Okay. Once I'm about to close this, I will go ahead and put the filling in. But as far, I think um I'm gonna come back and finish the face. What do you think? You want me to finish the face? Would you still be here? Okay, because I've been here a long time already, and um, I can finish up the face. I'm thinking about put glasses on with me. My daughter said, "Why don't you make clothes with it?" I mean, requesting for too much, you know. Sometimes, come on, give me a break. So, if I did the fillings, I'll cut this into smaller pieces, okay, and then we're just gonna fill it up, and I'll see how it look like when we fill it up. It's gonna be okay. So the back of the head will be like that, yeah. Um, yeah. I think I have a small spool in there. I I have cotton at home. What I'll do is that I'll bring cotton from home, or because I need to get rid of some of this yarn. So yarn is good. It's not too heavy. You know, I mean, cotton shouldn't be heavy neither. Or get some of those filler. I have to make a run to the to the art and craft store to do that. Just want to give you an idea how it looked like when once it's filled. Okay, and then when we have the face here, it'll be cute here. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I hate to do that to you, but I've been here a long time. I got hungry. I have to go make myself some dinner. And when we come back tomorrow, hopefully, okay, if not cooking, we can we can finish the face, okay, and then hopefully they'll be able to do the body. You know, this the body here. Okay. That's why we take about what how many minutes? 2 hour and a half minute. 2 hour and a half to just to do this head here, okay, because we do single crochet, so that take a little bit of time. So if you expand this, it will probably about that long, you know, and you put it together like that. So let's see, it's seamless, okay, because we build it from the start here. See that it's seamless, and I make it seamless here also. From the start, from the end will be seamless. The only seam that I will make will be like attaching the fingers and the toe and see how it goes, if I'm able to create the toes without the seam, okay? And the hands also, yeah. If we can do that, would be awesome, okay? That would be seamless. It'll be like there's no end to it, right? So let us convene here. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish the rest, okay? If we cannot finish the whole thing, we can come back a third day. We're trying to finish this all together. I want to be here when I finish this. I don't want you to miss it, all right? And I'm gonna post um the instruction also, the counting. Okay, so when they put the face here, it'll be like that, and yeah, and then the teeth are gonna come once I'm done with the face. Okay, first I have to create the face first, and then I can come back and add all this feature here. This feature is not gonna be, it's not gonna be easy, but I'll show you how. Okay, because I studied the anatomy of it already, so I have pretty much idea what it would look like. Okay, right? Okay, so I'm hungry. I'm gonna run to the kitchen and make something. I brought something from home. All I need to do now to put them together. Okay. Well, I thank you for being here. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please hop over to my YouTube channel and help subscribe. That would be a big help. Okay. And then click the like and the thumb, and that way you get notification from me each time when I have something new to share with you. Okay. So tomorrow, if I'm not cooking, we're gonna do this for sure. If I can come back and do this tomorrow, also even I do cooking, we still have time for this. Okay. If tomorrow is Thursday, I might be on doing live show with Stone Paxton. I'm not sure the subject. I think he was talking about relationship, men from Mars and women from men from Mars, woman from Venus, or men from Venus, woman. No, I think men from Mars with women from Venus. Sometimes he had me as co-host or be part of the um, forums, and it was fun. And I yeah, I think that would be fun also. If you if you on YouTube, you see all that's going on. I don't normally do that on TikTok or Facebook or even Instagram. Okay, so that was the only channel that I do my other content. Okay, I have my podcast content also, cooking and a few other things. I do that for life, and I love living, so I do so much. It may not be to your interest, but it's just a fun factor. Okay. Anyway, so I wish you a good evening and good morning where we at. Till I'll see you again. Okay. สวัสดีค่ะ